Radio presenters brutally mocks silly Harry. Duke comes under fire, told shut his privileged trap. Radio presenters have hit back at Prince Harry's claims that quitting your job can help your mental health, telling the prince to shut his privileged trap. Prince Harry has come under fire for being out of touch after claiming that job resignations accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic aren't all bad and should even be celebrated. He said many people around the world would have been stuck in jobs that didn't bring them joy, and this was the start of a mental health awakening. The Duke's comments came during a Q&A with Fast Company. He spoke in his role of Chief Impact Officer with Silicon Valley startup BetterUp. TalkRADIO hosts Mike Graham and Kevin O'Sullivan discussed the prince's comments. Mr. Graham asked, "Have you ever thought about quitting your job because it doesn't bring you any joy?" Mr. O'Sullivan mockingly added, "Yeah, because of my mental health." "It would be alright if you had 30 million in the bank," Mr. Graham added. Mr. O'Sullivan said, "It's Prince Harry telling everyone that actually quitting a job could be a good thing. They call it the Great Resignation because all over the world, particularly in America and Britain, literally millions of people have quit their jobs because of the lockdowns and gave them a new perspective on life. Well, I would suggest that a lot of them are going to find out that the reason you have a job is to get money. Yes, and if you don't have any money, you're gonna find you have a lot more mental health problems than you did when you had a job and you had money. So thank you very much for your vital intervention, Your Royal Highness, but shuts your privileged trap." "What the hell is he talking about?" Mr. Graham said, "I know that. I mean, this is just it's so illustrative, isn't it? Of how out of touch these characters are, you know, they fly around in private jets. They don't know what it's like to actually queue up to get on a plane like everybody else does. They don't have any idea what it's like to wait at the end of a phone line for somebody to answer the phone because they've got other people that do that sort of thing for them. They don't have to go to the supermarket, buy a load of shopping and walk back to the house. They've got slaves to do all that. They should go and quit their jobs, then you'd have to do it all yourself." However, the Duke was also defended for his sensible approach to the mental health debate, with Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu insisting wealth should not preclude the Duke from speaking out. She said, "Let us understand what we are seeing here. British media suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of Meghan Markle. And what you're seeing here is more angst against Harry and Meghan, definitely targeted against Meghan through Harry. Listen, wealth or lack thereof is not a qualification to talk sense. What Prince Harry said is sensible. If you're not happy in your job, you don't have to stay in it." She added, "He's not telling everybody to leave their jobs, he's pointing out the fact that the pandemic did a great job in propelling people's awareness of self-care and mental health. And people have become much more stronger in making decisions like, this isn't helping me anymore, or this job doesn't work for me, I'm going to leave." After all, when celebrities like now Neil Sacker and Simone Biles, you know, they made a decision not to play or not to take part in the competition, they were being celebrated. In a recent interview, the Duke of Sussex was asked what he thought about people resigning from their jobs after suffering burnout, in what has been dubbed the Great Resignation. Talking with BetterUp, a mental health-orientated consultancy firm he now works for as Chief Impact Officer, Harry replied that it can be good for people to quit. He said, "I've actually discovered recently, courtesy of a chat with Adam Grant, that a lot of the job resignations you mention aren't all bad.